Yesterday I leveled Lepic all the way to level 40, and today I'm gonna share with you the build I ended up with, which is probably the best build for leveling your gear to level 100. What's up, Descendant, Above here, and this is my leveling build for Lepic. If you want to see more videos for the first Descendant, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to support me, I'm gonna leave my Nexon creator code in the video description. Before we start the video, I want to let you guys know that I've seen the comments. I know you guys want a guide on how to level up Descendants fast, and I'm still working on it, believe me. It's high on my priority list, but I want to give you the definitive spot. It's going to be worth it. With that out of the way, let's talk about the build. The idea behind the build was to do infiltration operations faster. Some Descendants require materials that are exclusively found here, and my goal was to do them as fast as possible. And this ended up being as my gear leveling build. First, let's talk about the mods. Every mod is gonna be on their base form. I did not enhance a single one. And the reason is because I didn't plan on sticking exclusively on Lepic. So hopefully, it makes this build a little easier to get. But in the future, expect to see builds with enhanced mods. Let's start with the Descendant modules. For the first module, I have Power Unit Change. This mod is gonna change the effect of Overclock. And instead of getting a 20% skill power increase, it's now going to increase our firearm attack power by 52% for 5 seconds. For the next mod, I just decided to put on Kicking. Doesn't really matter what you decide to have here. I only use a melee when I'm in the air, because it has a shorter animation and a bigger radius. Then, I went with Iron Will. This mod is gonna save us when our shield is depleted, and it's gonna increase our defense stat by 32%. And the next 6 are gonna do 3 things: increase the radius of our grenade, reduce our skill cooldown, and increase the duration of our skills. The reason why we want to increase the range of our skills is for the grenade. We want to increase its radius because it synergizes with a mod for our primary weapon. And with all the mods, we now have a 6.6 meter radius. For overpower, we want to have it active as much as possible. And with all the mods, we end up with an 18-second cooldown and 5.9-second duration. Now let's talk about the weapons. For the weapons, I'm mostly using an SMG for my primary and the shotgun for my heavy. And for this build, we're not gonna worry too much about the impact weapon, because we want to be close from the grenades when they explode, and you'll see why in a second. For the mods for the Thunder Cage, we're gonna use Fire Conductor, Slow Art, Concentration Priority, Marksman, Concentrate Support Ammo, Insight Stabilizer, Better Concentration, Better Insight, Aiming Compensation, and Rifling Reinforcement. Fire Conductor is gonna increase our attack power by 8% when we attack an enemy inflicted by burn, which is why we wanted to increase the radius of our grenades. With a bigger radius, we now have an 8% damage increase on potentially more enemies. Slow Art and Rifling Reinforcement are gonna increase our base attack power, and the rest of them are gonna improve our critical strike damage and chance, accuracy, recoil, and rounds per magazine. This is going to almost double our Thunder Cage DPS, which is huge. Now for our power weapon, we want something more consistent for boss fights. So we're gonna use Weak Point Insight, Fire Rate Concentration, Pinpoint Shot, Rifling Reinforcement, Fixed Shot, Expand Weapon Charge, Maximize Weight Balance, and Weak Point Sight. Every perk on the top row is gonna increase our weak point damage. It will also improve our base attack, rounds per magazine, and recoil. And the bottom row mods are gonna increase our fire rate attack, rounds per magazine, and weak point damage. And remember that with Overpower active, we're gonna increase our damage by 52%, which makes this mod setup the best for boss killing. And for the Reactor and components, honestly I don't have anything special going on. Since I'm still doing the campaign and trying to reach weapon level 100, I'm not too worried about these. But if I find one that increases my Thunder Cage damage, it's getting equipped. And that's it. Super easy to use and extremely efficient build for tactical operations or story content. And with better perks on our weapons, we could make it even better. And why is this build good for leveling? Because we're only working with 3 things: our primary, our power weapon, and Descendant modules. Nothing else matters. And that way we can spend our precision phase exchangers on just those 2 things. And that's all for this video. If it was entertaining or useful, please leave a like, it really helps out. And if you want to see more videos for the first Descendant, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.